Hello, everybody. Okay, good afternoon, evening, morning, whenever you are watching this. I am super excited that you're here. In just a second, when I stop talking, you're going to get to see someone way more interesting than me. And her name is Lauren Sigler. She is a fantastic stylist and leader with Stella. And I'm really excited to chat with her today about what it is like to be a stylist at Stella with a side gig. And she's got a really interesting story. So you're going to get to hear from her in just a second. I want to remind you guys, first of all, my name is Danielle. Also, I'm the Chief Inspirational Officer at Stella. So I have the best job in the world because what I get to do is talk to people like Lauren who are running their own side gig at Stella to whatever level they want, whether that's earning $250 a month or, $2,500 a month, or even up from there. So very excited to get to share her with you. And I want to remind everybody that as we are doing this webinar, if you comment, we like to give things away, including shopping sprees. So if you comment hashtag SD for all in the comments below and tag 2 friends, we are going to do a drawing for a $250 shopping spree at the end of this webinar. So be sure to tag a couple people below. All right, no further ado, I want to introduce you to this incredible leader from DC. She has been with us for about 10 years. She is a mom of 2, an amazing wife, a reformed attorney, and amongst other things, Lauren Sigler. How are you?
Hi, Danielle. It is super hot outside, so I'm super excited that I'm inside talking to you, and definitely fired up to get to share.
And you are wearing our fall product line, even though it's hot.
I'm always cold inside, always.
You're like, I can't. And you're also like, I can't wait. Like, I cannot possibly wait till fall because it's
You can't see the shorts I'm wearing with my long sleeve top.
All right, well, let's start off with this. And I'm going to let you do most of the talking because when we record this way, you're actually only seeing the person that's talking. And I would much rather people see you than me. So here's what I'd love to start with. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey with Stella & Dot? So why did you originally join to become a stylist? Had you ever done anything like this before? And like, how has that evolved over time?
Sure. I hope you have like 3 hours because I could talk about this forever. As you said, I'm a reformed attorney. I practiced law in politics in the political arena for 5 years, and then knew enough about myself at the time, although not as much as I know now, to know that that was not working. People were working from 7 in the morning to 9 at night, and I wanted to be home when I left practicing with my child, who was not even 1.5 years old. So I stayed home. We had another daughter, and through that started to figure out that I really didn't like having a part of our family's financial conversation. My husband would say, like, it's our money. And I'm like, yeah, you make it, I spend it, you bring it in, I bring it out. And that didn't feel good to me. But our daughter was, when Stella came to me, our younger daughter was 1.5. She was in therapy for mild cerebral palsy 3 days a week. She just had eye surgery. My husband had just had eye surgery. It was like all the reasons why this was a very bad idea. And I said no at first. I was very judgmental at first. I remember having this feeling like I went to law school. I practiced like national political policy. You're schlepping jewelry to people's houses? No, thank you. But I had that sense.
Fancy and judgy is what you're saying.
Totally judgy. And I'm sorry for myself. Like looking back at that person, I'm like, wow, what else did you miss because you were being so, outside looking in? But I am so glad that I talked to my friend Sarah, who offered this to me a little bit more, because I'd hosted a couple children's clothing trunk shows, which were all the rage 10 years ago. And I liked that feeling when the check came in the mail. And it only came in the mail twice, but I loved the feeling. So when I did give my friend Sarah an opportunity to tell me more about Stella, basically she said, well, I went out 4 times last month and I made $1,000. And I was like, schlepping it is. Let's go schlep some jewelry. Because that felt, oh my God, like I could have a part in our financial conversation. Because what I've learned over the past, 9 over years is that matters to me. That, we have an amazing partnership as husband and wife, but I want to be able to say, hey, I'm going to pay for all the food we eat on our trip to London. And I did. And I couldn't have imagined that then, but it was so important to me to make some money. And I didn't even have a clue that it could turn into the career that it turned into. But that was enough to be like, okay, let's try the schlepping.
Okay, I like that you were a converted schlepper. That ended up working.
And it wasn't schlepping. It didn't turn out to be schlepping at all. But that was my, poor outside judgment.
Yeah. So tell me, at Stella and Dot, two questions. One, obviously you had never done anything like this before,
No.
which was part of your sort of icky judgment.
Yes.
So how did it turn out to not be what you thought, so that it was like so much better? Just give us a couple of insights into that. And then at Stella and Dot, we have a saying like, you do you. And I just wonder if you could share with us what that means to you and what maybe it has meant to some other people, maybe even on your team that you've met.
So actually I was converted pretty quickly. I did my first styling, if you will, with, a handful of friends in my neighborhood. And the minute it was over, I was looking at my friends and I was like, I have to do this all the time. That was the most fun I've ever had. And other people should come do this with me. And so I immediately was, trying and getting excited, and it felt like me again. One of the things that converted me really was recognizing that I did not know who I was at the time. And the gift of Stella and Dot has not been the money. It has not been like a way better sense of personal style. Yes, it is all of that. And it is like these incredible friendships, but I am so much happier as who I am because of my experience at Stella and Dot. And I was able to look back and say, wow, I didn't really like being a stay-at-home mom. And I don't feel judged by saying that. And I feel so powered in saying, I wasn't a good Barbie mom. Like, I didn't sit on the floor well and play Legos. It's so important to me. And through this process, I've been able to see like my girls seeing me. They're now 13 and 10. They see me. My board is full of inspirational messages from my 10-year-old, who's right there. But, they see me powerful and standing on my own and knowing who I am and being able to stand in my own, on my own 2 feet. And that wouldn't have happened. Like, I don't even want to think about who I might have been. So it's not just that I figured out this wasn't schlepping jewelry. It was actually just going and being around people and sharing what I loved. But it was this personal development that, I could not have gotten, I don't think, anywhere else. And I forgot your second question. Oh, you do you. Okay. And that is kind of it's a 2-part, but that's the answer. I figured out who this is through just being part of this community. And what I've loved in the process of building our Stella Nation team that we have here in the DC area and all over the country, is that everybody can do this. Not everybody will, but anyone could. We have a minister, we have, lawyers, we have, so many different types of women in their 70s, women in their 20s. My mom has had a stylist gig. Anybody can do this. And I feel so passionately that is so necessary because women are going to save the world. It needs saving. Let's band together and do it. But women need the opportunity that we provide, whether it's 2 hours a week or 40 hours a week.
You can take the lawyer out of the politics, but you can't take the save the world politics out of the lawyer. I like it.
But it's a way more fun way to save the world than politics.
I agree with you. Okay. I want to know what you are most excited about at Stella and Dot right now that someone watching this might also be intrigued by. And then I want to know like your favorite piece of product and maybe like a favorite moment.
Okay, what am I most excited about? I said we have these amazing team gatherings, once a month, a couple of times a quarter. And I said last night at ours, I really feel like this is the high of the high. Just the energy we feel from the creativeness that's coming out of all aspects of Stella and Dot. The product has always been, most of you are probably watching this because you love the necklace that your stylist friend wears and you just tried to, I'm going to go try it out and see what they're talking about. Look at that. Like, I get to wear that and feel super wonderful and powerful. And, I think we have just hit like this amazing stride in the creative process, and that's trickling down into our stylist field. And I also think that there's so much going on in the world and there's so much that we can do as a community. And I don't think we've ever been positioned better to help women find their own way, again, 2 hours a week, 40 hours a week, but find their own way in, what they really want out of their lives. And, I used to say, like, I over passion about Stella Dot. But I really do feel like it's something that so many women need and should have in their lives. Favorite product, and that is like asking someone to pick their favorite child. But it is, and I knew you would ask me this, so it's my, I can't, Southern accent doesn't say it right.
I love this choice. Not what I thought you would say. I love it.
So it's Vive le Rêve, is that right? Southern people should not try and speak in French. But
yeah.
For starters, the cutest t-shirt the world has ever known. But second, it is how we can support other women. Stella Dot partners with Dress for Success to not only fundraise, but just work together, because what their story is and what our story is in totally different universes, but come together in such a neat synergy. So if you don't know about Dress for Success, no matter what you do when you walk out of this call, please go check out Dress for Success, because I'm sure there's a way for you to get involved. But when you're Stella Dot stylist, you can really give back to that organization. So it not only looks adorable on, but it does so much. It feels good too.
Yeah, I love that choice. And then a memory, something, I don't know, something that stands out to you so far in your time with Stella Dot, maybe a hostess, a customer, like just sometime when it really paid off.
God, that's not fair. But I do a trunk show fundraiser, a styling fundraiser every year. I've done it about 5 years, and it's for the DC Diaper Bank, which helps women in low-income areas literally get the supplies they need to keep their family happy. But at one of those events, these two women came up to me and said, "We're best friends because we met at this event." And that is why I love what we do, because it's the connection and the community that we create, not just within Stella Dot, but outside of Stella Dot and where we go and where we share Stella Dot. So that, I always think about that we're doing things for other women, not just within our stylist community. And I have to go back to, like, my favorite memory is that I love who I am because I'm part of this. So all of it comes together and makes me, and get to help other people find that.
That was a good answer, Lauren. So I may have put you on the spot, but you pulled it out. Okay, last thing, to someone who's watching this who might be considering it right now, who's maybe thinking, well, maybe I can relate to some of what you said around, I'm not sure if this is for me, but maybe I have a very different life than you, or maybe I've never done anything like this before, or maybe I work full time, which over 90% of our stylists do. What would you say to someone who's thinking about this right now, but maybe thinking it's not the right time, or I'm not, like, having those self-doubt moments? Let's start there, and then I have one more thing to ask you.
My response would be, how could you not? How could you not answer the little voice that's in the back of your head that's thinking, what if I do this? What if I do this? I mean, I can remember sitting at the computer and my husband's like, just hit the button, hit the submit button, hit it. What's the worst thing that comes out of this? But I think that, if you took the time to watch me ramble on about how much I love this place and, talk to your stylist friend, you owe it to yourself and no one else to answer the question, could you do this? Because you can, and you can do it any way you want to do it. But we believe that you can do it. And I promise you, answer the voice in your head, yes, and just give it a shot.
I love that. Do you want to share with us what the sign-up process looks like right now? Because it's kind of new. It's kind of exciting. I'm happy to, but I'd love you to.
Yeah. So getting started, I don't think has ever been easier, because we've taken all the guesswork out of it. You get your style kit for $149, which I'm probably going to go spend later at Target. For $149, you basically curate a look, and we'll help you curate that look, because we are going to tell you, like, these are the best sellers in these 6 categories. And so you just pick the one that fits your style best, or the one that you want to show off the most. And then you have the opportunity to get one of these great, or all of these great bundles that our creative team has put together for you. Our merchandising team knows these are fantastic looks. You can pick one of those at a very deep discount to fill out more of what you're going to share with people. And then you can still shop 50% off in addition to all of that. So if nothing else, like, come get a great style wardrobe and let people compliment you, and feel fabulous about yourself when you're wearing it.
You get free shipping on that kit, and you get to customize it.
You get Danielle and our entire home office staff to support you. You get the team that you're going to join to support you. You get a website. You get this crazy fabulous app to do your business on the go. Because really, 90% of you are watching this, with a full-time job or fitting it in where you can. And we're going to give you the technology that makes that a no-brainer.
The Danielle part's a booby prize, but other than that, I agree with everything you said. All right, thank you, Lauren, you incredible friend. And I would like to add that over the years, one of the greatest, I think, rewards of being a Stella Not Stylist is also the community and the friendships. And that's one thing we didn't touch on, which is I would never have met you and so many other hundreds and thousands of, not hundreds, thousands, but thousands of women like you. And I'm grateful for that all the time. I love that we get to work together, and thank you for sharing your very unique perspective that I know somebody can relate to about Stella and Dot. You're the best.
Thank you. It is true. I'm so proud that my girls have grown up in this community, because the women that are their role models are ridiculously spectacular. So 100% agree.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. And don't forget, comment below, hashtag SD for all, tag 2 friends. We're going to give away $250 shopping spree. And I'll remind you that if you have a friend who invited you to come here, go talk to her. She's going to second what we say. If you don't know anybody, go to stelladot.com. You can find out more information there, and we'd love to have you. All right, and you're also picking a great time to join us, because we have a really cool incentive going on right now. In fact, right now I'm looking at a mask of George Clooney that I can't quite reach. It's just out of reach, but you might want to ask your stylist friend what that's all about. All right, thank you guys. Have a great night.